And then he like hung up the phone. He's like, don't worry, I'm not going to die in your car. And I was like, okay, man.
That's the conversation Joe Biden and Hunter never had.
We can go Japanese and go right to left.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I can't believe that's a real song.
I don't even know what song that is.
Right? Is that a real song?
I mean,
I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning. Maybe it's like one of those like racist hymnals that like kids make up at recess.
Is this like what your dad sang to you? When you
yeah,
were a
my
kid?
dad would sing it. Where did I put my phone, dude? I can't believe, dude, that clip blew the fuck up.
Which one?
The one that we were doing about me telling the story about the film guy. It has 1.3 million.
Oh, nice.
It has 1.3 million views on TikTok. And then I was looking at it compared to like the other football one, the FAMU one I had go crazy. And that one, dude, it like this new one has like 100,000 more likes.
Ooh.
It has like 15,000 more bookmarks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's finally dead though. It's, you know, there's like no likes coming in, but I got like 2,000 followers on the TikTok account
That's
now.
tits.
Which is nice. Yeah, so hopefully some more. If you're here from TikTok, welcome. I don't know, dude. It was cool. It was so funny, though. I completely understood how you could get sucked into arguing with people in the comments.
Oh, did you almost?
I mean,
got lost in the sauce.
Well, for a while there were really no negative comments. The only thing that people were saying was that like I couldn't listen to Garrett's laugh for an hour, or like he has a crazy laugh.
Yeah, we're really good friends with him. I can't listen to his laugh.
His laugh is insane, dude.
It's yeah.
And so a lot of people were commenting on his laugh, and then there started to be like a trend of people. What really I feel like helped was people started arguing whether it was sexual harassment or not. Because I go, bro, that's sexual harassment. And then people were like, no, you're literally not physically harassing her. And then people are like, there's like abusive in other way. And people are just screaming at each other in the comments. And I'm like, that's what's up.
I don't think you should ever, like, even if it's not sexual harassment, just let it go.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be the guy getting caught. Like, that's not sexual harassment. Like, there's no.
That's the
winning.
stance that you die on. Is you're like, bro, you like.
There's no winning that argument, dog.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Leave it alone.
A lot of people. I mean, there was a lot of too like, damn, free little Eddie, he did nothing wrong, or people.
That's funny.
Yeah, people making jokes. They're like, you like. Fired, you mean gave him a raise? Like shit like that. But then a few people started to be like, there's no way this guy played college football. He's a liar. Look at him. Not a chance in the world. And then I started to make me mad a little. And I know it shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I was like, you fucking cucks. Like I did play, and then like I responded to some person, and I was like, I got mad, and I was like, yeah, bro, didn't play college football, just went on a full ride to Murray State, went to JUCO, led the state in sacks, but you're here commenting with no fucking profile picture. And then like
You were arguing with a Russian bot.
yeah, user 22066671865 was beating my ass.
Oh my god.
But then
you sent them your huddle tapes.
yeah. I was like,
Really,
bro,
dude?
oh,
Watch
really?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch me club this guy.
And so then I was like, all right, whatever. Fuck this guy. And I like, because a few more commented like, no way, this guy's capping. Look at him, bro. No way he played college football. Like, and then one person the other day, but I was done arguing with them at this point. Like I had that one comment, and then I was like, that was dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
But then this one guy commented, he goes, I thought there's no chance this guy plays college football, but then I saw in the comments that he played Murray State, and now I know he definitely didn't play college football. And I was like, oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Got me with the misdirect, you asshole.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
That's tough, dude.
I know, you know, I get it, Murray. Yeah, it's not a Division 1A school, so everyone always does that.
Dude, comments are so tough. Cause I've had like I think 2 or 3 clips that went pretty good, and then one day I opened it. Most of the comments are just like, you know, random nothing.
Yeah.
But one guy was like, "This guy looks like he sits down when he pees."
That's mean, dog.
Oh, it was so mean, but it made me laugh. Like it hurt me, but made me laugh so hard. I was like, "All right, dude, good for you." Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. You
I
kind of
can't
gotta
hate.
like tip your
I got
hat.
really like. I was like, "Dude, fuck this guy. I need to say something." And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
You know.
Maddie Stu with the phone call.
Yeah.
Or Jamie with the phone call.
Yeah. Sorry, Jamie.
It's okay. Oh yeah, shout out guys, shout out Maddie Stu for filling in as producer today since Bri was gone.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you,
that,
dude.
that was the alarm for when I was supposed to wake up to be here.
Oh, well, I'm glad we called him then.
Yeah,
I'm glad we called him. Yeah. Sorry to wake you up, buddy, but thanks for filling in.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, dude, the comments can be mean, but like honest to God, both viral videos I've had, there's not really been a lot of negative comments because they're not, I guess,
They're not at you. They're at like each other.
each other or like the other person in the video always seems to catch fucking fire.
Wow.
And so
I mean, yeah, Gareth.
Gareth, Jamar, like a couple, there's a couple
Hopefully
other
we don't
ones.
have one where people are just like, that guy looks like he sits down. It's just all that. It's 6,000 comments of only that.
I wish we had enough of a following where I could convince them all to just start commenting that under
On
every one
everything?
of your photos. That'd be
funny.
amazing.
You know why it hurt too? Because I did when I was a kid.
Why is sitting down when you pee a thing that's frowned upon as a guy? It's
don't know.
it's so much better than standing. Look, I understand if you're let me rephrase that. If it's a toilet
Yeah.
and you're not in a rush,
Mm-hmm.
I get the standing up. We do have the fucking drive-by piss. It's great. We got the troughs, which by the way, the troughs are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
At a game,
Peeing next to just like 17 dudes in a old pig trough.
and it
is
smells like
insane.
piss.
Yeah.
The drain is never built right. It's built uphill,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
sloping down.
Yeah, it's always like the pee level is just there's a base level of pee that's below the actual drain that's above.
Yes, and like they have the
It's
urinal
terrible
cakes,
design.
but they've like fermented in the piss now.
Yeah.
They're like pickled pucks. It's disgusting, dude. I hate that. And but like when I'm at home, dude, especially listen. I'm not saying I pee sitting down all the time. It's very important that everyone knows that. But what I will say,
Sounds like you pee it when you sit.
no. You know the most underrated time to piss when you're sitting down? Swallow your pride, bro. At night when it's dark. You're an
Yeah.
animal if you piss standing up when you wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You're Tarzan before he meets any human. When he lives with only the apes, that is you as a human being
Yeah.
at 4 a.m. or whatever.
Can
Sit
I-
down.
I'll tell you my move
What?
when it's late at night. I'm not proud of this,
Oh,
and
no.
I probably shouldn't say it, but I go and I just piss in my shower.
What?
I just go. I put my hand on the other side.
You make your shower
and-
into the trough. You bitch.
Anytime I'm like really drunk and it's dark, I just go fuck it. I'm just gonna put my hand because I can't miss,
I do get the drunk.
and then I wash it out.
I'll give you the pass on the drunk because when you're drunk for some reason, it's just fun to piss anywhere but the toilet. You know, like pissing in
bit,
the
yeah.
street. Like, dude, anytime I'm hammered and I get home and it's like 3 a.m., 2 a.m.,
Yeah.
and I'm taking Bart on a walk, he pulls over to piss, I'm pissing right next to him.
Dude, pissing with your dog is such an underrated, like, cool
Father and
moment.
son moment.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
trying. Yeah, it's and it makes me feel like a wild animal.
Yeah, it crosses the boundaries of species, and you know, like it's beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
I like that.
I did do a show where when the bathroom didn't have a door on it, like on the stall.
Did you have to shit?
Yes, and I took a shit and I just gave no fucks, because I walk into this bathroom.
Wait. So you're doing a show? Are you like shitting after your set? Or
No,
before
this
your
is
set?
before. So like any of the audience members can walk in
Yeah.
and like ruin the magic or whatever. You know, I go from like, oh my gosh, it's like he's one of the performers to like I saw that guy shitting. he's
Me
a
and this
tiny
guy
wiener.
locked
Yeah.
eyes. We were like prison shitting together. It was crazy.
And so I walk in and there's like the 2 urinals and then there's the toilet and no door. Like and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot to lock the door. And I turn around and then there's no lock on the door. And I was like, fuck you. It's what? It's got to be $20 fucking to put a door on the bathroom. Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah. Were you doing this at like a middle school?
It was in
Is that like they didn't want you to vape? in
The
there
only
or
thing I
something?
could think of was it was in Colleen, so maybe it was like it was a military bar, and I know that like sometimes in the military, Maddie, do they have doors on the stalls in the military?
I mean, it depends. Boot camp, you got a little curtain.
It didn't even have a fucking curtain. I would have
Yeah.
loved a curtain.
I mean, this is as second class as it gets. No curtain. I mean, I don't know what you do without.
Okay,
the curtain.
thank you. The only time I've seen this is at like Huntington Beach, so the homeless people don't sleep inside of the bathrooms.
Yeah.
That's when this makes sense. But fucking
Okay.
at a bar, fuck you.
Yeah, at a bar is crazy.
It was like the fastest shit I ever took in my life. I get like why animals look so scared when they shit, because I literally felt like a wild animal. Because I literally, I closed the fucking door, ran to the toilet, sat down, like basically in a prowl like this, like fuck.
Yeah.
fuck.
I think they're worried about bears.
Bears?
I think that's why animals are afraid.
Yeah, well, he was at a gay bar, so he was also worried about bears.
There you go.
Yeah,
Full
all
circle.
kinds of bears,
Yeah.
baby. No, yeah, it was just that panic where I was just like, this is so awkward if someone walks in because they're going to assume that I'm the idiot that forgot to lock the door. Not that there's not a lock.
Yeah.
So I literally was like, like I was shitting as fast as possible, wiping as fast as possible with the phrase on my tongue like, don't come in, I'm shitting, there's no bathroom lock. Don't come in, I'm shitting, there's no bathroom lock. Don't come in, I'm shitting, there's no bathroom lock. I was just going to scream that like an alarm at them.
Dude, have you ever walked in on someone shitting? Like,
It's the
in
most
public, in
vulnerable.
public.
It's the
Yeah,
most vulnerable
yeah.
position someone's in. They're fucking hunched over.
like
They're covering their dick and balls with their hand like this, and they look like a sad like, can I have some more, please? But they're like,
Yeah.
They always stutter too. It's like the no words come on. You're like, oh, sorry.
I used to work at this furniture store, and I worked with this guy named Larry. He was 78 years old,
Ugh.
and he would always shit and never lock the door. And it was
Old
like we
people
only
never
had
lock the
one,
door.
like for 48 people that worked there, only one bathroom for all of us. And I walked in on Larry shitting maybe 60 times. I worked there for like 2 years. I saw that guy's dick and balls like at least 10 times.
And it's just like you're like, fuck you.
Yeah,
Because it's not even like, it's not like he's sitting there like this and he's like, I've been waiting for you, Dalen. Like, he's just ignorant.
yeah. Yeah, he was just old and like
Old and had no idea.
I don't think locks were invented when he was born, so like he just didn't know.
Speaking of old people, did I tell you about my Lyft guy I drove yesterday? Did I tell you that story already?
No.
Oh, yes. Okay, this is great that I haven't actually told you this. So I drove Lyft yesterday, and my first drive, I'm picking up this dude in like Dripping Springs. I can't see, like, it doesn't give me the price, but it just gives me an offer, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll take it. And I get in, or I find him, I pull over. He's like on the phone. He's like, hey, man, I got to grab a document real quick. Can you just wait? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And so I accept the ride, and I see that it's 40 minutes to Buda. And I'm like, fuck, this is a long ride. I'm also like, I'm going to get banged for
Yeah.
this. It's a long ride. Yeah. And the old dude walks up, opens the back door, sets his briefcase on the back seat, closes the door, and comes to sit in the front seat. Which, dude, why?
Oh, no.
It's only old people have ever sat in my front seat. The only time you sit in the front seat of an Uber or Lyft is if there's 4 people in the car with you. Otherwise, sit in the back, you fucking weirdo.
Unacceptable.
And so he sits next to me, which now I'm like, this is 40 minutes. Like, I'm going to have to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
And he's on the phone. And he's like, I'm so sick and tired of these chips. They keep fucking breaking because the government ordered us to have these eco chips in. This is bullshit. This is nonsense. And he's like, I'm so tired of it. And he hangs up and he looks at me and he goes, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I was on the phone. We all know that January 6th at worst was just a protest, right?
No.
And I was like, dog, you just got in the car right now. This is not okay. I don't even know your name yet. What the fuck?
And you know you got 40 minutes left of fucking.
And I am baked. Like, I'm like, no, I can't do this right now. You know, I'm like, I can't do this.
Wow. Holy
And so
shit.
I have a choice though. So he says that,
Yeah.
and he's like, it's bullshit. And like, there's a second of pause, and I go, you're goddamn right. Because this ride is gonna be so much more fun
Dude, yeah.
if I just commit to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, you're right. And he starts going in, the typical like hardcore Republican spiel. Like he's like, we're going into recession. It's the government's fault. It's crooked. But then he goes, like, this goes on for like a minute or two. And then he goes, and by the way, he knows my name because it's on the Uber or the Lyft thing.
Yeah.
And he keeps going like, so Brandon, like he's using my name, which just is like a weird, I get it. He's being polite. In his head, he's being polite. It's
Right.
weird. It's not how our generation does it. We avoid eye contact, names. We look at our phone and watch TikToks. That's what we fucking do. And he just keeps saying Brandon. And then there's like another pause and he goes, Brandon, I always carry a pistol on me. I was like, I'm like, that's what's up. And he goes, ever since and he told me he's a vet. And so I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, and he goes, ever since I came back from Afghanistan and I saw goddamn Obama was letting Afghans in, I knew I had to get something to kill him when they went crazy. I saw what they did over there, and they're bad people. And I was just like, all right, I don't know how much I can buy into this part. Like, I can't support you too much with this thought, dog.
Yeah, because you're like, do I have to do I go crazier?
Yeah, because I'm like, all right, now this is just starting to get gross. Like, I think, do you want me to be racist back? Because I'm not going to do that. Like,
right.
I'll let you, I'll lead you.
Right.
But I don't know where we're going
But
now.
Brandon, how bad do you want that 5-star rating?
Listen, dog, I wanted this tip really bad. So I was just like, what kind of pistol do you have? Like, he was just, dude, and he keeps talking about his gun, and then we're back on the government, and then he hits me with one of the coolest conspiracy theories I've ever heard. He goes, yo, did you hear that the Austin Library has a van that will go to your house and give you a library card? They'll make it for you right then and there, and they're using your tax dollars. And I'm like, oh, damn, I mean, that's kind of dumb. Libraries seem to be, like, out of commission. I would just get it from Amazon. And I could see when I said Amazon, he was like, fuck it. He said, don't get me started on Amazon.
He almost shapeshifted into a cockroach.
Yes, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he goes, do you know why they're doing that? And I go, no. And he goes, what do you need for a library card? And I go, dude, I've never had a library card in my life. I don't know. And he goes, your picture and your name, and you sign it. And I go, okay. And he goes, and what do you need to vote? And I go, an ID. And he goes, a picture, a name, and a signature. He goes, Austin is shipping this out so they can gain all our signatures so that they can fraud the election just like they did in 2020, just like they will in 2024, and they will until we are North fucking Korea. And I didn't know what to say at this point, because that was like the craziest shit I've honestly ever heard in my life. And I've heard, like, and it's like, no, is it the craziest conspiracy theory? No, but maybe, because it's just like, why? What? How did you get there? Like, I get the, some people thinking like certain events in history are fake as maybe bullshit.
Sure.
But that
library cards.
You think that Austin, Texas, is the epicenter of dethroning the American government?
Right.
And so then,
well, of course, yes.
Yeah, and so then we keep talking, and then and so then we're almost done with the ride. We're like 5 minutes away, and I mentioned that I play football, and he's like, and he literally starts telling me that I'm just as brave as a soldier for playing football, which I was like, I'll take it, but that's crazy.
The guy who's ready to kill any muzzy that he sees.
Dude, he said he dropped bombs out of planes in Afghanistan. He was a bomber, and he's like, you're brave, son. You're brave for putting your body on the line. I was like, dude, you drop bombs on. You're so much more brave than me. What are you talking about?
The way you put all your pads on and go out there really safely and hit someone.
Yeah. He's like, you have referees. He's like, there were no referees to stop that child holding an AR-15 shooting my best mate. And you're like, okay.
Dude, what the fuck?
And so he just was like hyping up football. He's like, you probably have good morals from it. I'm like, yeah, never be late. And he's like, late people. And I go, it's actually funny. I'm on time to everything, but my girlfriend is late to everything.
Yeah.
And then he goes like, son, she's late to everything. And I go, honest, yeah, most things. He goes, is that really someone that you think you can spend your life with? And he goes, you need to take a hard look in the mirror. Is she the one? Don't waste your time with that if she's not.
Oh, my God.
And
dude.
I was like,
Dave is throwing shade at Erica. Huh?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh,
damn.
Did I tell you his name was Dave?
No,
His
I just
name
guessed.
was Dave. Yes. Yes. His name was Dave.
This is the most Dave human being I've ever heard.
His name was Dave. That's wild. That's why, did you see? I was like, wait, did I tell you that? Oh my
Just
God.
as you're describing, I'm getting like like a short buzz cut maybe at the top.
Maybe I didn't mention he is 73 years old.
Oh, he's 73.
Old as shit.
Oh, fuck. He fought in Afghanistan and he's 73?
That was what I think it was Desert Storm, Afghanistan, like the 80s, right? That was like 89
Holy
or maybe
shit.
like 95. It was before I was born, but my parents were married, so it was between 93 and 97.
Wow.
Is
So
when it was
this
going
dude is like an
Old.
old soldier.
Told me he did like 6 tours or something.
Fuck.
Like, and that's why I was also like not being an asshole to him, because he's just
Yeah.
like, it is what it is. Like that guy's not going to change. he served this country. I'm not going to try and make him change. He can have
this
his point of view.
this 40-minute Lyft ride is not going to change.
I'm
his
a Lyft
opinion.
driver. Oh, he also was like, he said like, he was like, what you do driving this, I really thank you for it. And I was like, dude, this guy's like too nice.
Yeah.
Also, you're kind of making me feel worse. Like, you're like, hey, I know your job is so low that I want to just remind you that it's not that low.
Yeah, yeah. It's like when NBA players go into like a Walmart and they're like, "You guys are the real backbone of America." And you're like,
Yeah.
like, dude, I make $12 an hour. Like,
Yeah,
don't do this to me right now.
And I know this is a long story, but dude, he talked for 45 minutes. Like, this didn't stop. So then, like, at one point, he calls his son and is yelling at him on the phone.
Nice.
About how, like, he could die at any moment, and that, like, he doesn't have this laptop with all the important shit, and he keeps telling him to fucking pick it up. But, like, what happens if he dies right now? The company falls under because you don't have the laptop. And like, he goes, yeah. And then there was, like, 45 seconds of silence, and someone was like, okay, I'll come get it tomorrow. I'm sorry. Okay. And then he, like, hung up the phone. He's like, don't worry, I'm not going to die in your car. And I was like, okay, man.
That's the conversation Joe Biden and Hunter never had.
Yes, Maddie with the fucking zinger.
Oh yeah.
Um,
You drove the president, huh?
I drove the president. There were two more weird things that happened throughout this. We're doing all the stuff. He then starts talking about Hitler, and like
awesome.
and he's like saying that like no one knew that they were electing Hitler, but then we blamed all the Nazis who did. And he was like, so why are we like? He was like, the Democrats are the new Nazis, and they've elected Hitler. And, like, why are we not persecuting them? Like, how long? Start talking about, like, the white men as, like, the new persecuted class and shit. And I was just like, yeah, man, I feel that. And, like, I just want this tip, dog. And so then
he leaves this review. He's just like, you know what? He was really on board with my Nazi sympathism.
Yeah.
I like this guy. 5 stars.
10 out of 10 Nazi.
Yeah.
And so we get there, and I get to the location, and he's like, hold up a second. I want to give you a tip. And a cash tip, so the government doesn't take that shit. Which I actually am
hell
like,
yeah,
all right,
Dave.
this is the first thing that I actually agree with you
Yeah.
on fully. Hell yeah, Dave. So he gets out of the car, grabs his briefcase, grabs the tip out, throws me a tip. I make like $38 on this 40-minute ride. Totally worth it.
yeah.
And dude, it flew by because I was just fascinated at the insane shit that this man was saying to me.
It's kind
And
of great. Yeah.
he like gets out of the door, like a movie, dude. He stands up. He's like, you have a good one. And then he goes to close the door and stops it and leans down and he goes, Brandon, watch your back because you know this government goddamn won't watch yours. And then slammed the door and like walked away. And I was
Holy
just like, did this
shit.
guy tell me to watch my back as like the final parting words to me?
Bro, Dave is insane.
He was my old racist Gandalf.
A
It was
little
awesome.
bit. Yeah, he was your racist fairy godmother.
Yeah, he just faded away into dust after.
And then there was just like a fucking AR-15 in your backseat. Right? You're like, whoa.
I left you a gift. Love Dave.
Yeah, I sent you.
He came back as a Force AR-15. Like how Anakin, instead of coming back as Vader, he just was an AR-15. Hollow-tipped shells. Is that a real thing? Hollow-tip points?
Hollow
right? Yeah.
Hollow Point.
Hollow
Hollow
Point?
Point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call
Who
of
knows?
Duty. Call of Duty. I've
Call of
seen it.
Duty.
Hollow Points.
Yeah, dude, that was a wild. That was a very like crazy ride
That's
that
awesome,
I had yesterday.
dude. Shout out to Dave.
It was so funny. It was so funny.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, that's probably one of the best Lyft stories I've ever heard. That's
yeah,
great.
I'm gonna work it into like a bit.
Yeah, I like that
because
a
it was
lot.
just, it was too fucking wild. Dude, sorry, we got on like a tangent of stories and shit, and we didn't even start the pod with a would you rather. Would you rather never eat cheese or bread again?
Fuck.
I thought this one is a really hard one, especially for you.
Ooh, I love cheese and I love bread. Those are like my two favorite. Does pasta count as bread?
No. But like, okay. Let's do some.
All right.
Let me give you some like tortillas count as bread. So like
Tortillas?
no pizza, no like that's bread to me.
Yeah.
No sandwiches,
Yeah.
no wraps.
Okay.
I'll give you. You know what? I'll give you tacos. You can have.
I can have a tortilla.
You can have tacos.
What if I want a quesadilla?
No.
What?
Well, that's cheese or bread, so you can't have both. You're picking one or the other.
But I can have a
Quesadillas.
taco?
Tacos have onion and cilantro if you're from California, dog. It's onion, cilantro, and green
No,
sauce.
I'm saying like
right, Maddie? Back me up on this one.
Yeah.
Onion, cilantro, green sauce. Way to go, right?
Confirmed.
That's not my problem. I'm allowed to have a tortilla with a taco, but I'm not allowed to have tortilla with a quesadilla.
Okay, you can't have tortillas anymore. Congrats, you just talked yourself out of tortilla. Art of the negotiation, dude.
Oh, dude, God damn.
Because like, let's think about this. So like we said with the bread, you lose sandwiches, you lose pizza,
garlic bread.
You lose like that kind of stuff. If you lose cheese, though, you can have pizza without cheese. It's not as good. I'm not acting like it is, but like there's like you could. It's not gonna be as good, but you can work ways around it. You know?
Can
what
I get vegan cheese?
No cheese at all.
No cashew cheese.
No cheese.
Okay.
Cheese in general.
Fair.
I guess. Is cashew cheese a real thing?
Cashew cheese, dude. It's not good. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not.
Yeah, we fucking know.
Cashew cheese, bro?
Cashew cheese, dude. Because I love cashews and I love cheese, but
Do you have to milk Snoopy to get that
together, dog.
cheese?
They are trash. I don't know, dude. I don't know the science behind all these nut like substitutes.
You like press it down. We can't do the hack joke of how do you milk a nut?
How do you milk a nut? I mean, yeah, you literally put like the way you milk nuts is you put them all in a giant bag, you put water in it, and then you let it sit for a while, and then you squeeze it.
Isn't it like? Wasn't that the whole thing
it's
about
nut water?
Wasn't that the whole thing about all the nut milks though? That like they use so much water to produce it that it's not environmentally friendly.
Right.
Because the whole thing was like less cows, less farts, less methane, less ozone hole.
Right. But then they're like, but there's so much water. You know, here's the thing. If you listen,
We're gonna die.
yeah. It doesn't matter, dude.
Doesn't
I just
matter.
don't like milk, and I'm lactose intolerant, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, I love milk.
Yeah,
Love milk.
Yes, you look like milk.
That's okay, man. I
Yeah.
probably kill like a full gallon like every 2 weeks, probably. Like 2 gallons a month of
Yeah,
milk.
you do drink a lot of milk.
I like a lot of
used to-
cereal.
I used to when I was a kid. Like my dad was just the guy that he would. I don't know. This has always been a point of contention for people.
Yes.
My dad puts ice in his milk.
That's criminal. You know, if your dad didn't already belong in or was already in prison,
Yeah.
he should go to
If
double
he wasn't
prison.
already a criminal, that would.
That should have. If he
justify-
was minimum, send him to maximum for that. That's crazy.
What do you think, Maddie? Are you cool with ice and milk?
No, I'm a proud American, but I was. When your dad when he came out of jail, was he strictly box milk, like the little cartons?
Nah, you know what he does? This is like he's always done this. He leaves like 3 glass mugs in the freezer, and they kind of like frost over,
Yeah.
and then he pours milk into it, and then he puts more ice cubes into it.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I respect the cold glass, cold
Yeah,
milk, but
yeah.
the problem with the ice cubes, man, is as soon as they melt, you have watered down milk, which is gross. That's why ice kind of sucks in everything besides water.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna get a drink, like in an ideal world, if I was gonna get a soda,
No.
like you would have it refrigerated to where it's cold and I can drink it, and you're gonna drink it within 10 to 15 minutes. So like I don't need ice.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's normally not cold. But it's like, dude, if I'm gonna eat in McDonald's and I'm there, like I might go no ice because it's gonna melt.
Yeah.
Like it makes problems.
I'm thinking that maybe my dad like knows he's gonna fucking just chug
Pound
this milk down, because like
yeah.
it doesn't phase him. He puts ice in milk.
How many ice cubes?
Like so many. It's not 2 or 3. It's
Yeah.
He fills up the whole thing with ice first,
like
and
it-
then he pours milk over it.
Wait, this is an important question. Is he housing it or is he sipping?
I remember
Just shooting
always
it?
seeing ice cubes still left in there, so I'm pretty sure he's shit housing that thing back.
Yeah, then I respect the move entirely. He
Yeah.
just wants a nice cold rush. It's like a frosted tequila shot. dude.
Yeah,
Right
but
down the
yeah.
I feel like the cold glass does that. Hey, also, like if you, I mean, maybe a pitch to your dad.
Yeah.
Pour the glass of milk and then just put it in the freezer for like 10 minutes, and then it's
Sure.
not frozen, but it's cold as shit.
Yeah.
The glass is cold, so it'll keep it cold.
Right.
But there's no meltage.
He's
So
not really a
win-win-win.
man for reason.
That's fair.
He's already drinking milk with ice.
I
in
can't
it.
wait the next time your dad visits for me to sit him down and be like, listen, you're drinking your milk all wrong, Marty.
I just feel like when a man has his milk science dialed in like that, you trust the process.
Yeah, who am I
Yeah.
to insult another
You never
man's
tried
milk
it. Yeah,
technique?
you're right.
Who am I to go in another
All
man's
right,
house
next
and tell
time
him
when
that's
Mario
rude?
comes into town, we'll sit
He's gonna
down with
stab
Mario. He'll stab you if
It'll
you
be
tell him
warranted.
this.
He'll hit
Yeah.
me once in the ribs and be like,
Yeah.
Mario, did you just stab me? Like, you insulted my milk, man. I'll be like, I
Yeah.
fucking get it. Call me an ambulance. I'm bleeding.
Yeah, we'll sit down. We'll have a nice meal. He's a great cook. Great cook. Actually, because he drinks milk with every meal, not like
That's how I was as a kid. Yeah. From like the ages of like 2 to like 14 or like 12, I would have milk.
And he still
with
does have a neck tattoo. He has a neck tattoo.
it's his whole neck is a tattoo.
It's just-
yeah. His tattoo has a neck underneath.
Not
it.
your traditional milk drinker.
Yeah,
He got
right. No.
He got the Nazi tattoo, and he's like, if I drink enough milk, will I become white?
Right.
Will this?
And it doesn't work. It does not work. Yeah, I don't know if people know, but yeah, my dad is like he's a brown Hispanic man born in Brazil, and he is convinced that he is white because he went to prison and he became a white knight, and he's getting out of it. Thankfully, he's helping himself. But he's a hilarious looking human being. Mario.
When you
shout out
say
Mario.
getting out of it, does he like start his day with a little bit of Tupac? Like, does he have to introduce the
thing.
culture? How does it work?
When I was a kid, bro, he listened to exclusively gangster rap. Him and Ice Cube were the same person to me when I was growing up. And then he went to prison for like, too long, I think. I'd say too long. And then he came out, only listen to country music now. He has hats, right, that say white boys for life. Dead serious. And
Honestly, your dad and Dave, we were gonna connect.
Shit, we should
Wow,
have
we
got
should
them in
get
the
them in
Uber.
it.
Yeah.
you know what?
Dude,
You're
your
right.
dad is so like not white passing either.
No,
like
it's
not
hilarious.
1 ounce of him is white passing.
Yeah, that's why I'm like not mad. I'm still upset about it, but I can't be that mad because I'm like, hey, no one's inviting you to like the meetings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not allowed in there anyways. So whatever you're doing is not hurting anyone.
Yeah, he's like the short bus kid where you're like, look, we're gonna include him in the game. He can come play football in the cul-de-sac, but he's not coming in the house. To play the game.
He's
will not.
absolutely not allowed in any of their houses.
He is gonna chew on the side of the couch, and my mom is gonna be fucking pissed.
Exactly. That's exactly how they see him. That's
Yes,
great.
yeah.
I think it all started like my dad right before he went to prison got really into Sons of Anarchy. And there was
We
like
did last week. We were saying when I watch shows, I want to do things. And
Exactly.
He followed the dream.
and then my dad and he followed it to like a T.
Yeah.
Like he followed it like he stopped selling drugs for like a small amount of time.
Yeah.
And with all the money he saved up, he bought a motorcycle shop.
Yeah.
And it was called S&D Cycles, Skylar and Dalen Cycles,
Yes.
which is me and my brother's
Nice.
names.
Shout out Sky the guy.
Shout out Sky the guy. So it was S&D Cycles, and it was like just this small place where he worked on motorcycles, like tried to do custom stuff. And then there was also guys that did neon lighting. And those guys were wild. They were like just basically the most redneck, homeless looking dudes. They lived there also.
He's probably on meth and speed all the
Yeah,
time.
one of the guys there was Dusty and Wild Bill. And
Those are cool names.
great names. Dusty taught me how to drive stick when I was 11 years old.
We need to get you a cool nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get you like because we were
Yeah.
talking about this in the car, but my alias and I would like to be referred to only now as Tree Man Angelo Williams. Top tier government secret identity name.
That's pretty good.
We need to get you one though that like Wild Bill, Dusty, Tree Man Angelo Williams. We need a fourth.
I'm
member
pretty
of
sure
the
what you
gang.
just said. That sounds that's a small forward for the Pistons.
Tree Man Angelo.
That exists, dude. That's not
Tree Man Angelo. No, that's my name, dude. I came up with it. It's my government alias.
Starting at power forward.
Tree Man Angelo Williams. Yeah, he does sound like he played at like Western Kentucky.
Yeah, that's a Georgia kid for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any nicknames. I was always called Day Day when I was a kid.
There was a guy on my team named Day Day who was like from East St. Louis and was the most gangster person I've ever met. So I just can't call you Day Day.
Yeah, actually, the only other people that I've ever seen called Day Day are just big black dudes.
Isn't Day Day a Friday character?
Day Day's a little too first 48. You know.
Yeah.
You see Day Day.
Yeah. It's like Dalen Mendoza, street alias Day Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Day
don't
Day's
know.
not a bad one. We
Day
gotta
Day.
get you something cool though.
My buddy calls me D Hoops, Dion for some reason. I don't know where that one came from.
Yeah.
Day, I guess, D.
Yeah.
Um,
What if we called you like the Sultan of something? You know?
Yeah, not of Slaughter, the Sultan of.
The Sultan. Well, the Sultan of SWAT is Babe Ruth. You can't
That's
be
what
that.
it was. Sorry,
Sultan of Slaughter. That I gotta like that.
Sultan of Slaughter.
The Sultan of Slaughter.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that would be like a Arabian prince's name or something.
The
You know.
Sultan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, isn't a sultan? Isn't that something?
Yeah.
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 Were they people of power? What is-
Princess Jasmine's father was a sultan, Aladdin.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Do you, Maddie, could you look up what is like what the what is
Yeah.
a sultan?
I believe Jasmine's dad was kind of a cuck though too, right? Like he was.
Yeah,
kind
but
of
he was a
pussy.
good guy.
He was a good guy. But,
Jafar is the bad guy.
right. Jafar kind of like fooled him a little bit.
Is Jafar a sultan?
Nah, I think Jafar was like a guy trying to seize power, and he was like,
A
"Is
Muslim.
he a sultan?"
It says a Muslim sovereign.
Well,
So he's kind of like
it's
a king?
yeah,
Yeah.
like you're
Okay.
you're the sultan of an area.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's cool.
The sultan of rock bottom.
Oh, nice. Yep. Thanks. That's a good one.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. Yeah, we're
we never
drawing
decided
blanks
cheese or bread, dog.
here. Cheese.
Cheese? You're keeping cheese? I'm keeping bread.
Yeah,
Cuz I
Okay.
could do a sandwich without cheese.
I can't.
I mean, it definitely is going to be a worse sandwich. I've came to love cheese on a sandwich. I
Yeah.
get it. But I could do a sandwich like a BLT.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm thinking cheese because like pasta is like 80% of my diet, so
yeah.
can't do without that.
Yeah, here's the thing. I normally don't put like cheese in my pasta. So
What
I
do you
just
mean? I mean, like,
it's
y-
it's noodles and then it's sauce.
you're not putting cheese in any of your sauce?
Sometimes
You
like,
don't
to
have
thicken it
Alfredo?
up, I like to put heavy cream instead. I don't like Alfredo.
What?
I don't like white sauce. I don't like whenever I like it's just is not my choice.
Really?
I'd much rather have like I'd rather have an orange sauce, which is like
Like a vodka sauce?
a vodka sauce or
Yeah.
a creamy. Yeah, like I'll get like an
Okay.
arrabbiata sauce, or you just buy like a good flavored red sauce. You know, like maybe the spicy one that you like.
Yeah.
Pour that in, and then you get heavy cream and do a little bit of heavy cream. That makes it orange, gives it thickness.
Yeah.
But I do like throwing the cheese into it, thickens it up. I get it.
Yeah, Italian food without cheese, though. I mean, what are we doing?
But then when I always throw the cheese in, that's when I start to feel icky after. You know, like I'm like,
Dude, I'm not eating
my
pasta to feel good.
My tummy hurts.
Yeah. My body's just so used to eating pasta now that that doesn't affect me.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel fine after eating shit tons of like gross pasta.
Yeah,
But if I eat a lot of bread, I'll feel like shit.
that's true.
So I'll go cheese.
But pasta is bread. I know we didn't block it out, but I mean it's bread in a sense.
well,
It's flat.
I asked that up front.
No, but I'm not
And now
saying
you're
no. I'm
changing
just
the
saying
rules.
I'm saying separate from the would you rather of you
Yeah.
saying like bread hurts my stomach,
Right.
but pasta doesn't. It's the
Yeah.
same ingredients.
Sure, maybe, I don't know.
It is. It's just flour,
Well, it doesn't.
water,
It
and
doesn't
egg.
rise though. I think the yeast.
Oh,
is
the yeast
problem.
is what gets you. You need
Yeah.
to be gluten free.
I'm yeast intolerant.
Yeast intolerant. You're
Yeah.
intolerant of a lot of other things, but we won't.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into that.
Nah.
How do you guys feel about a woman proposing to a man?
I think that's a type move. I would want to do it.
Yeah.
So
Same.
like me personally, I would be like, oh, that's nice, but like I wanted to do this.
Yeah, I agree. I get that they're like societally it shouldn't matter, but
Yeah.
guess what? We're still in the time where it does,
Just
and everyone's gonna be really mean to
Like,
me.
could you imagine like if your small girlfriend is on her knee and you're 7 feet taller than her, and she's trying to be like,
Dog, the reason I brought this up is a show I did the other day. I had to follow a marriage proposal
from a woman?
from a woman proposing to a guy at this military bar that didn't have the shitter on the door.
Wait. So were they drunk? Was she drunk?
No. So, dude, here's literally, I'll paint the picture
Yeah.
for you. I get to this bar. It's a military bar. It's in Killeen. Dude, the show was great. Show was very fun. People were nice. Shout out AC2 Productions. They put it on. It was a good show. The thing, though, is like we get there, and then it's pretty packed. There's this long table. The host goes up. And, I mean, the host literally just does, like, hey, welcome to the show. Like, no rules, no this and that.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up a quick special guest real quick to talk to you about, like, charity or something. And so then she comes up and she's like, half of the donations tonight go to, like, you know, some, like, Wounded Warriors project, like, something cool.
Yeah.
And she goes, all right, I have a story. So I'm like, oh, she's a comedian. She starts telling this story about her and her boyfriend, and I'm literally in the back, and like I'm a little high, and I'm sitting in the back, and I'm like, yo, this bitch is bombing. No one is laughing at this story. This joke fucking sucks. And then she just like is like, yeah, and like, you know, and that was what happened. But like, Matthew, I love you so much. Doesn't get down on a knee. Continues to stand. And like, by the way, this lady is fucking jacked, bro.
Oh, really?
She's jacked.
Oh, well, this changes the whole aspect of this.
But she's like tiny jacked, you know?
Tiny jacked,
and like,
okay.
and she's also not like bodybuilder jack with definition. She just has like broad shoulders,
Yeah.
like
Is
like
she military
toned
too?
the military.
Okay.
And
All right. This changes a little bit of the scene.
but like is just like, and I love you so much, Matthew. Will you marry me? And everyone's kind of like, what's happening? Is this a bit? Like, I thought we were at a comedy show.
Is he like?
And he's like, he kind of is like, he's like, for real? And she's like, oh my gosh, like, yes, will you marry me? And then he goes, yes. And then like, they come up and hug.
Oh, was he not on stage with her that whole
No,
time?
she comes up.
She's
doing
talking
this
to a crowd of
down
people.
To, like, so the crowd is here.
No one actually. It's dark. No one actually knows where this guy is.
It's a like a long room. Stages in the corner, front corner. They are the front row table, and then there's like 10 more tables of people. There's like 40 people here.
Yeah.
And you can feel there is some awkwardness. You can feel a little bit that I don't know if she ran this by him at all. And I guess you don't run a proposal by someone.
Right. Or she didn't run it by anyone there either. Like everyone's like,
Her
what the
girlfriends
fuck?
knew, but all the guys were kind of like, damn, bro, that's tough. And then the host comes back up and goes like, wow, like that was awesome. Like give it up for them. And he was just like, good for you guys. Well, that took up all of my time. I'm going to bring up your first comedian. I'm sitting in the back. And he's like, give it up for Brandon Lejeune. And so I have to fucking run from the back of the room following this proposal.
Dog.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my god! Following a proposal is one of the funniest things you ever. Because especially when a girl. What did you say?
I got up on stage and I was just like, yo, I'm really high. Did you for real just propose to him right now? And that got like a big laugh because I was genuinely like, let me make sure before I'm mean. And he was like, yeah. And you kind of to tell the guy was like, fuck. And I was just like, and I like, I turned back, I like, rubbed my face for a second and I was like, comedy show is the best place to do it. You not worried he's going to get shit on a little? And I was like, that's cool, man. I was like, you flip gender norms. Killeen, Texas. Who would have fucking thought that this is the place? Like,
the most embarrassing thing to do to your man is propose to him in front of all his boys at a comedy show. Did he get shit on throughout the whole show? He must have.
Oh, the whole show. And like I did I'd probably talk to him for like 2 minutes, like, because they changed the whole their name of it was Fort Hood and it was a racist guy, so they changed it to Fort Cabaza or something.
Wait.
Fort Hood was like General Hood was like a Confederate general.
Oh, okay.
And so they changed it from Fort Hood to Fort Cabaza.
All right.
And like I was like, oh, you guys change one fort and you guys are woke motherfuckers, and like I was just fucking with the guy, but I was just like, yeah, I just was like, damn dog, like that's crazy, like that she just put you on the spot. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I know she eats his ass for sure.
Yeah.
If she's proposing to him, like she's flipping him over and doing him like a baby.
Well, I think they maybe come to like these AC2 productions
A lot. Yeah.
So it's like maybe they met, but there was no like indication of that. Like actually no, she said they met in the service. So like
that makes sense.
it does like dude,
That's
you're doing
gnarly.
an act that's like, no matter how you want to look at it, if you want to be woke or not, or fucking left, right, whatever, it's right now in the current state, it is embarrassing to be a man who gets proposed to by a woman.
Also so funny to do it at a comedy show.
Public as fuck at a comedy show where, dude, I mean, every comic went up and like said something
Annihilates this guy.
to this guy. And like made fun of him. Like, I would do like callbacks. Like if I had a joke about being like a little bitch, I'd be like this guy getting proposed to. Like it was like that the whole night for everyone.
Yeah, I mean that guy's.
Anytime you mentioned it, it murdered because everyone in the room was like, "What a loser!" Like, it was crazy, dude. It was crazy, and I just was also though I was like, "Yo, like, have her come up first and then do time. You're the host. Don't make me go clean up your mess.
That's crazy. So he was, yeah. I mean, that's just a tough situation all around. I think announcing anything publicly
It's so wild.
so tough. Like at baseball games, I love when they say no.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
That's the best thing in like sporting. You know, the best thing that can happen at a sporting event is either your team wins or someone gets a no from an engagement. That's the funniest thing that could possibly happen.
It just is like it looks bad. It's awkward. You involve everyone too. So it's just like, I mean, here's the thing. I know that if I proposed to Erica at any time right now, she would say yes.
Yeah.
But like, I would still never do it at a baseball game. Like, I would want it to be like, me, her, and maybe like a hidden photographer, and her friends are around the corner and know to come by or are watching. You know what I mean? From hidden, something like that. Maybe like 5 people involved max. Our parents there. You know, like I don't want to do it in front of other people.
Dude,
and
what
like
weird.
I think she said, like, dude, and it was so funny.
Like, you think she thought that through? Like, she was planning this, or do you think it was like a spur of the moment? She was like, "Fuck it."
Oh yeah.
And went up there. What if she was actually talking about the charity, and then she just randomly was just like freestyling a little bit? She was feeling herself.
Talked herself into a corner and was just like,
yeah.
Will you?
And then she just fuck it.
Nah, you know how I know? Because then she pulled out 2 rings and was like,
okay.
I didn't know which one you liked, so I got you 2 rings. And I'm like,
dude, this chick's dope. I mean,
no,
that's kind of cool.
Like, she meant well. And
she
like,
sounds sweet.
Dude, I mean, the whole show though, like, to his defense, they sat like. He was behind her, like arms around her. Wouldn't it be funny if it was the other way? Like she's arms around him in the back.
I'm surprised it wasn't
just holding him, like playing with his hair. He's the little spoon and shit.
Bro, was he a big dude?
Nah.
No. Okay.
He served though. Like he was like, probably played football, rode the bench, bad grades, joined the service.
Nice. Yeah.
Sorry, troops.
What are you trying to say about?
Talking shit.
We have a fellow troop here.
Talking
Are
shit
you
on
talking
everyone.
Shit,
talking
dude?
shit on
What's
everyone.
up with this guy?
It's fair.
I mean, that's there's a majority of that happens. There's also, hey man, I sat here and praised Hitler with a former troop.
Yeah.
To just make him happy. That's how much I like the troops. I support the troops. But I also, according to our friend Dave, I am just as brave as the troops. That's why I wore this hat.
Yeah.
Because now I'm active military, and I get to board planes first.
What are you, a fucking sniper? You got to keep the sun off of all your fucking.
Yeah.
It looks like the fucking Australian army, dude.
Yeah.
What are you, down under throwing grenades?
Pinning this side up.
Yeah, that's
the Australian army probably fucks, dude.
Okay, Maddie, you said something earlier because I was looking this up for today about the weirdest college team names, and it was great timing. So I have some of the most interesting ones. Which first one, the Western Illinois Leathernecks.
Oh, dude, I got recruited by them.
No way.
I swear to God. What was the name again?
Western Illinois Leathernecks.
And they're purple and yellow.
I don't know. That's just their name.
Dude, yes, I got recruited by them.
They're insane.
I think they're a D1A or D2 school.
These are supposed to be like D1 schools.
Yeah.
The Manhattan Jaspers. Not sure what that means.
That feels racist.
It feels super racist. Right? That was one. Georgetown. Hey, Georgetown. The Hoyas.
The fuck is that?
No clue. And then let's go to your school. Maddie, do you want to give us your college name?
The Austin Community College Riverbats, baby. Go
Riverbats. That sounds like a minor league team name. That's
Bro,
sick.
the Riverbats is maybe the coolest college name I've ever heard.
Listen, there's some other ones that you forgot. I mean, first off, maybe the coolest logo, Toledo the Wave, the big green wave, sick.
Toledo's cool.
There's the Artichokes. I don't remember what school, but there's an Artichokes. And then shout out UC Santa Barbara, Banana Slugs, baby. That's their mascot, the Banana Slugs.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So yeah, there's
It's actually
the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Wait, you said Santa Barbara?
Yeah.
Is it UC? Which one is
the Guachos?
Santa Barbara is?
Santa Barbara's the Guacho.
Then it's UC Santa Cruz. UC Santa Cruz is the Banana Slugs. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's just one of those like northern schools in California. Yeah, dude, there's some like really, really weird mascots. Like Even like in our division, we had they were Austin P the Governors, and it was like the Monopoly Man was
Yeah.
basically their fucking mascot. Like that's a weird one.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
The Riverbat logo.
The Austin Community College Riverbats goes hard.
That is cool. Yeah.
That's kind of the coolest mascot I've seen from a community
But
college.
the Stony Brook Seawolves.
Ooh,
What's
that's
a
in New York.
Seawolf?
That's what I'm dying.
They're
at.
sick. I wanted to go
Stony
there.
Brook. Seawolf?
Yeah, they're like in like Long Island, New York, or something. Like they're right by the water.
Wichita State Shockers, dude.
Shockers. That's a good one.
Look at that.
Oh,
That's
boy.
cool.
2 in the pink, 1 in the
That's a good
stink.
one. What else is there? Any other cool ones?
Oh, we got a bunch, dude.
Yeah.
We got the let's see here, the Stetson Hatters. That's pretty lame. St. Bonaventure Bonnies. Okay.
What is Saint Bonaventure? That sounds like the most racist town in America.
That's like California, I think. That's
Is it?
Sounds like a suburb of Whoville.
St. Louis Billykins.
What the fuck is a Billy?
I think that's just what a white girl calls her. That's like her cute name for her boyfriend Billy.
Yeah.
Little Billykins.
Come over here, little Billikens.
Purdue Boilermakers.
Boilermakers, it's a good one. Trains,
that goes
pretty
hard.
sick logo.
Presbyterian Blue Hose.
No, the Blue Hose.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's like Papa Smurf's dick.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like those. Is that like the Appalachian family? Like, you know, those blue
One in
people.
Kentucky, yeah. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
them.
They
I
went
knew
to
someone that
college.
school's in either. It's one of the Carolinas. I had a buddy who was there. They like the first. He came to Murray because they
Yeah.
They went from a full ride scholarship school to a non-scholarship school.
Oh,
And so
Kent State's got the golden flashes. It's like a
Golden
superhero.
Flashes,
I like that.
yeah.
that's pretty sweet.
there's so many good ones.
Yeah,
So many good ones.
yeah. My community college, Truckee Meadows Community College. We were the Turtles.
Turtle. That's yeah.
Turtles.
Mine was cool. We were the Dons, and it was like a cowboy, and it was like Santa Ana's SAC, and they made
Yeah.
the SAC in the shape of like a vaquero cowboy with like a fucking
Oh,
like it was cool.
That's dope.
It was go Dons, Dons win. We weren't
like
very
that.
good, but it was Dons win, baby. Like if you look under the football video, there's comments from my teammates that are like Dons win because that was a story about JUCO.
Oh,
so
nice,
a
yeah.
bunch of guys like that. I fucking remember that.
That's
happening.
great. Yeah.
I wanted to share one football story before we got out of here. So you played soccer, right? You played
Yeah.
JV soccer at one point.
I played varsity soccer. I played varsity.
Did you play junior varsity
lacrosse.
soccer at all?
I
or no?
did. Yeah. I was freshman year. I was the captain of the junior varsity.
Okay, so
squad.
was junior varsity basically like for soccer? Was it kind of like a feeding ground for varsity? It's like where the backups go to get like playing time, but it's like a shit show, or was it like a kind of well-ran thing?
It was basically like, it was kind of like the feeder, but it was mainly just like, all right, we had a couple dorks try out. You know, you guys play.
Okay, so dude, so the JV is like half of the okay, so first off, we would roll into games with 25 people.
Yeah.
Which in football, you need 22 people to play football.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
And also if you have just a kicker and a punter, now you have 24 and a long
Yeah.
snapper 25. Like
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? That could be like the whole starting NFL team right there is 25 people.
Right.
And so we would have all these fucking games that were like, you know, like we'd be rolling up with 25. It was these crazy people, and all of us we'd play on Thursday. So you'd have to play your JV game Thursday. All Monday through Wednesday, you were just the practice dummies at practice. You know, oh hey, this is supposed to be a blindside block, so like pretend you don't see it coming and get fucked up. Like just dude, it was like being a practice squad player fucking sucks, but it's just what you got to do. It also gets you good. Like, and if you're there, they normally like you kind of know if you're like a sophomore or a junior, it's like because you have potential. If you're a senior practice squad, we just are leaving. You're on the team. Be happy about it.
Yeah.
But like, dude, we would play on Thursdays, and then Friday you would have to suit up for the varsity games too, and just stand on the sidelines. And like, if you were lucky, you were maybe like punt shield or
Yeah.
like another fucking like back like special teams ass position.
Yeah. Someone that gets hurt.
Yeah. and so the thing too is like, you know, probably like 10 or 11 of us are going to be varsity starters, and like the rest are kind of like slapdick friends. And so like
Yeah.
but it's like a good time, dude. Practices were like shit shows. Like I came into the season as a wide receiver and a safety. And one day they were like, we literally our DN got hurt and we have no one to play DN. Can someone fill in? And I was like, I'll do it. And then they were like, It was like probably one, maybe like that, and like I feel like it sounds douchey if I say like stand up, but it was like one of those things where it was like the first time I did it, I was like, oh, I'm like, why am I good at this? Something I've never done before.
Yeah.
You know, and like I just remember at like instantly at DN they were like, you're a DN now. Like the next practice they were like, you're the starting DN, and I was
Nice.
like, okay. And then but like also it was so chaotic. We're going into this one game, and our quarterback just doesn't show up for 2 days of practice. No one knows why, just not
Nice.
there. He was like getting high or something.
Yeah, broke up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So they're like, you're not starting. And then our backup quarterback was the punter on varsity, and he like kicked the ground and broke his foot punting a ball. So we have no starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So they're like, does anyone know the offense by hand? And like the one thing with football is I could learn both playbooks like instantly, and I always knew what every play and what every side was doing. So I was like,
Right. So you weren't the athletic player. You weren't the
I
fast
was
switch
smart,
player.
yeah,
you were
yeah.
you were the cunning, smart.
yeah. And so like I was like, I know all the things.
Yeah.
And so they were like, have you ever played quarterback? And I was like, no. And they were like, all right, you're starting the game. So like
Never played quarterback.
never played quarterback. I played 2 plays in like Pop Warner football, and one was a knee, and the other one I threw a pick. So I had no experience at quarterback.
Wow. So all right.
So they have me start the game at quarterback. And like, but then our quarterback, they still have him start at linebacker because they're like, we don't have another linebacker. So like, you could play linebacker.
Yeah.
And like, you play the first quarter. Dude, I drove us all the way down the field to like the 5-yard line. And then our kicker missed the field goal. Like we couldn't score, but like I drove us down. It was pretty funny. Like we ran the read option. Like we ran the wishbone triple option offense. So under center, 2 wings, army style triple option.
Oh, shit.
And one of
Okay.
them I pulled all 3 times and was just wide open running down the field. I'm like, this is the scariest
Yeah,
thing
your
I've ever
Peyton
done.
Manning scoot.
Yeah, dude. I only got like 10 yards before someone caught me. And so I start this game at quarterback, and in the first quarter, our linebacker, who's our quarterback, hits a guy, and they have to cart him off the field because the guy can't move. And
Nice.
like the coaches are like, you fucking hit him with your head down. You're a fucking piece of shit. There's like almost a brawl that fights.
Oh.
And we're like, what are you talking about? And then someone's dad is like, hey, I don't want to be a bad guy, but I was taking pictures like you asked, and we click through pictures, and there's just a still frame. He's like this, and the guy's here, and then the next frame, he's like this, head down, and the
Hell
guy's
yeah.
neck is all like fucked up. So he
spears him.
cripples a guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Beautiful.
I'm starting at quarterback for some reason. Like, this is just a normal JV game.
Exactly.
At Brea High School.
Anytime I've ever seen a JV any sport game, it's always chaos.
Yeah.
It's always something bad happening, and
Yes.
then people being like, "Hey," the coaches always have long hair too. JV coaches always have like a little flow, and they're like, "What's going on?" That's all JV coaches do.
Bro. That's exactly how it was. And
Yeah.
they're all like assistant varsity coaches who have to do like the dog shit work. So they're like not, you know what I mean?
Can we just talk about like what is the life of being the guy that's like, okay, I want to be a high school coach, and then you get demoted to JV immediately?
I mean, dude, like
So tough.
you had no authority.
It's so funny.
Also,
yeah.
like, here's the thing too. Like my buddy
fuck.
Zach, shout out Zach. He was like our starting linebacker week 1, and then they were like, guess what? He's amazing. He's gonna go start on varsity.
Yeah.
And so we just like lost our leader of the
Player.
defense,
Yeah.
our best player. He was also our running back. And dude, there were games that they
linebacker,
would
running
send
back,
him
nice.
down. Dude, he would go and get like 30 carries in a
Yeah.
game and make like 25 tackles. And then they would call him up, and he would play all the special teams and play like 10
Jesus.
defensive series on
Yeah.
varsity that
Yeah.
night. Like they just were working him like crazy.
yeah.
But we're about like halfway through the game, and my buddy, shout out Jordan Liggins, he was playing corner, and
I met Jordan, right?
yes, when you were at
Yeah,
home, you met
yeah.
Jordan, you
Yeah, I
know
like
Jordan,
Jordan's
great
cool.
dude, longtime friend. Dude, he is covering a guy, and it's like a deep ball fade, and they are like, he's like burnt a little, so he hits a pass interference on the guy.
Beautiful, good move.
And like he's already gonna get a pass interference call. As the ball is in the air, the ref throws the flag and throws it through his helmet and hits Jordan in the eyeball. So he stops covering the guy, and the guy makes the catch on the play because the ref hit him in the eye. So,
Wow.
bro, so he goes
I don't
from,
even
like,
know. Should I be impressed? Like this?
Well-
let's get this ref on the field. What are we doing here?
And the coolest part is Jordan immediately, the ref hits him in the eye, and he's like, ah! And he turns to the ref and he goes, you fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, man. You hit me in the fucking eye. And the ref, like, doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a flag to throw another flag at Jordan
Right.
for cursing at him
He throws
and
a
shit.
fucking challenge flag at him.
Dude, he literally, like, Jordan had to leave the game because his eye swelled shut. A flag is like, it's a little piece of cloth with like
Yeah.
little tiny like beads in it.
Basically like a rock.
It's meant so you can throw it like 30 yards downfield, and he fucking sniped him in the eye.
Bro, that's a great. I mean, I wonder how many times that's ever happened in like real situations where like a ref has thrown something in someone's helmet. That might have been.
It's
got
got to be like 1,000,001.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a small area.
And he had to have been aiming for his head at least. So already
Yeah.
dick move.
Yeah.
already
yeah.
dick move, and then he fucking.
Because you just got it,
snipes
dude.
him.
It's the secondary. Just you could drop the flag. It's a
Yeah.
flag in the secondary. Call pass interference. Like maybe he was trying to mark the spot. I don't know. But I'll never forget that. Because yeah, dude, Jordan got. I mean, he got hit in the fucking eye, dude.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like he got absolutely
that's awesome.
just fucking
Have you,
nailed.
have
And
you
I
ever
felt.
faked an injury?
Yeah, I faked. Yeah, I faked an injury.
Yeah.
Like on the field.
On field or off? But on field first.
On field, yes. Off the field, I think I've told the Stagecoach story on here a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
times
yeah.
already. I'll save it for like another episode down
Yeah.
the line when it's been a while, because I think I told it like a couple weeks ago. On the field, we played a game. My sophomore year of JUCO, we played a game at Fullerton College, and it's a turf field.
Yeah.
And we like the thing about Santa Ana College is like there's so many JUCOs, and we were like a smaller JUCO, so we had like I was the starting D end, and we had the other starting D end, and then we had a backup D end, and that was it.
Yeah.
So we had 3 of us for
Yeah.
like a position that you want to have normally 6th depth, like 3 on each side. And it's the first game of the season, and like, dude, I worked really hard in the off season, and I would grind in fall camp. I was never someone who didn't work hard. But until you play that first game, like game shape is just a different shape. And so the first game sucks. And then we kick off, we're playing Fullerton College, who has beat us for the last 12 years. The
Yeah.
year before they beat us 84-10.
Yep.
So like we
Yeah.
get annihilated by them every year. So like
Fullerton Bulldogs, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
my brother
so
went there.
good. Their whole starting O-line is just like he just transferred from Oklahoma. He transferred from SC. He transferred like
Yeah.
all get kicked out for bad grades or shit like that.
Yeah.
And we at the start of the game, it's 118 degrees out, and they take the temperature of the turf, and it's 140 degrees on the turf. And
Fuck.
I'm the better defensive end, so they're gonna sub out the other guy, not me.
Yeah.
So I basically had to play like the whole game,
Yuck.
and like we were down by like 40, and I like was just it was a QB boot, so I'm like having to sprint to keep contained. I'm running out, and like, he sees me the whole time, so he gets it off right before I get there. But I fucking like dive to try and get him before he throws it, and I kind of just hit the ground, and I slid like into the ground, and I was just face first in the ground, and I was like, I'm just gonna lay here for a minute.
Yeah.
And I just laid there
Tuckered
until
out.
the trainers came out, and they came out, and they're like, "You okay?" And like the refs weren't there, and I was just like, "I'm so tired.
Nice.
I like can't move."
Yeah.
It was crazy though. Like 2 dudes on our team had to be taken to the emergency room because their whole bodies cramped up, like a full body cramp, and they had to get IVs and shit. It was
Yeah.
bad. It was like we just we had like fucking 38 people on our team.
Yeah.
Just not enough for like, because in college you can't have 2-way players. It just is too hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's too fucking hard.
Yeah.
So people just get
That's pretty funny.
wrecked.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. All right, man. We should wrap up
Shit.
here. We're
Yeah.
just a little over an hour at this point. This is a fun episode, dude.
Yeah.
Good times
I'm-
always.
I hope I meet Dave one day.
I really hope we meet Dave. Yeah.
Shout out to Dave. If
I'm at.
anyone knows Dave, just.
I mean, I know where he works and what his company is, so I could actually find him pretty easily if we really wanted to. Because he told me he's the owner of the company.
Okay, well, let's go up to whatever assault rifle company he owns, and then
He owned a
his
dump
private-
truck company.
Oh,
Like he picked up, they're like, we need you to move 50 metric tons of fucking waste.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I fucking got. He didn't have an accent, but like real mob shit.
Yeah, that's dope.
He just kept saying it was like legal gambling, which I was like, I don't know how a dump truck business is legal gambling, but I was just like,
That
okay.
sounds like the opposite of legal gambling.
Yeah, I
but
think it's like
whatever.
the idea of like, I think you're like, you contracts. You're like, oh, I picked up this contract and it didn't pay off, but if it hits, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. All right.
He was too busy spilling other hate speech.
Yeah,
for
well,
me.
let's find Dave and we'll try and get Dave on the pod as
Yeah,
if
man.
we can.
Yeah, I'm actually like driving Lyft because of that. I keep having weird interactions with
Yeah, that's
people,
great.
and they're just great stories and bits. So,
Yeah, it's fun.
all right, yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate you. Hit the fucking subscribe button if you're watching right now on the Creek in the Cave YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel also. Yeah, man, we got you can follow me on all socials. Brandon Lejean _ legend RE _ how you spell my last name. Yeah, man, just check my Instagram. I post all my dates there. I'm not really worried about plugging shit like that. But
yeah, and then hit me Instagram. Dalen is 6'2". That's it.
Maddie, thank you so much for fucking filling in, dude.
Yeah, thanks, dog.
Plug whatever you want to plug.
Maddie Stew on Instagram. Check out the Captain's Dogs podcast, also on the Creek in the Cave Network.
Yep, I produce that, so you occasionally hear my voice too. All right, boys. Thank you for listening, whether it's your first time or your 149th time. I appreciate you, but most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
Yeah, check it out now. It's like this Shaw, it's like that Anna. It's like this Shaw, it's like that Anna, like that. Check it out now, check it out. Hey, yo, this one right here is about a girl. And you've seen this girl before if you've been to any club in the whole wide world. Check it out. Her nickname's Last Resort.